Hi friends, welcome to Tutor's Funny channel. In our last class, we complete the ports, right? The MongoDB, how to connect the MongoDB port and how to connect the MongoDB database, how to run the Node.js server, right? So Express server, how to implement it. So all the things we discussed about our last class. This class, I'm going to create the model, right? Model which will be communicate with the database. We have packed the data from the database, right? So we have create the database and everything you have to see here, right? So here click on the new folder. I'm going to select src. Inside the src I'm going to create a new folder which is a task, right? Here I'm going to create the models. So right click new, sorry, select, right click, new file. Here write task model.js. Right, here I'm going to create the, we have to implement this Mongo's package, copy, paste it over here. We need this package in order to create the model, right? So after that, we need a schema. So how to create a schema? You type var, a schema, you type var, the schema equal this Mongo's dot schema, this schema, right? So now after that, you have to write var task schema equal new schema, open and close curly brackets. Now here we have to write the schemas, right? So how to write the schema? Create the table structure, right? This is a database table structure. Okay, in MongoDB there is no table, this is collections, right? So what are the collection we need? So we need a title. So you write title, open bracket and close bracket. We have to specify the data type. So type string required true. Copy and paste it below. This one, description string due date required, you have to specify as false. Out of the status, copy this, paste it over status, type boolean. Default here, write false. Right, that's the thing you have to write. Now what I'm going to do is here we have to do it here is we have to const task equal mongoose dot model task comma this task, right? So what I did here is here, so far these are the collection MongoDB collection. These are the tables we need to create in the Mongo's database. So the database, these all the fields we have to assign it here. This is a name where in your MongoDB database the collection, the name which will be created as a task along with this date, right? These columns are created, right? Along with this the database name. When the database created along with these columns names, they specify the name of the column. That's how we have created. Here we have create right like this here model dot export dot, sorry, you have right module dot exports equal task, which task, this task you are given here, right? That's it. That's the thing you have to write. Very simple, right? Very simple. This is how we have make the table schema, right? This is how we have make the table schema. Right now let's Right, this is schema. We have to do it, right. Now after that, what we are going to do is we have to make the this all things we have to right. Now I'm going to create the routes. Right, so routes, get the folder, right click new folder, routes. This routes we simply create here new folder, routes, task, whatever name I can get task routes dot js, right, task route with js. Okay, we have to create the routes. Okay, here in the routes we have import the classes. So here we have to write express require this express server. After that, we need an express server to create the routes. So we have to implement the express server. After that, we need an express server to create the routes. So the routes is reside on the express. Okay, so this is server express dot router. Right, so router the task we have created a variable task. We have to specify where your task is resided. So we have created the routes here. So we have to go outside the folder. You have to double dot slash src task. We have to go this folder. Now after that, what you are going to do is we have to add the record. So we have to write here. I'm going to add the records. So we have to write this. We have to make it is add records. Comment. You have to add records. You have to simply understand how to add the records, right? So first we have to write router. This we have to get this router. Simply dot post request, right? So a post request. So here inside this bracket, you can see here, I'm going to pass the URL. So when the URL is coming task, right? When the URL is coming task create, right? Comma, we have to using the assign method, right? So here we have to write request and response. So you have to request and response. In a request and response, you have to create the arrow function. You have to create the arrow function, open and close bracket. Right? This is how we have created a function. Right? We have to create the arrow function. Right? That's it. Inside here, what you're going to do is you have to write a try and catch. Try and catch. What is a try and catch? I no need to explain here. I hope you all learn in the program beginners. Okay, when the errors coming, you can handle with the try catch block. Okay, in order to find the error, we have to implement this try and catch blocks. The try block, I'm going to create the variable task equal new. We have to implement the model, which is a model name task model. This task model we have to implement here. Okay, this task model is we have to create this task model. We have to what is the task model here? You have to implement it over here, right? Request dot body, right? What is the body you are typing? When you add the data, what are the data is coming in the body, right? So what the body? Okay, we have to calling this model. Through we have to add the records, right? So we have to assign the variable here task. After that, you have to write the assign. You have to call the avoid. Okay, avoid task, right? First we have to validate the data, whether data is validated or not. Validate. You have to validate the data. If the validate is correct, after that what you are going to do is we have to save the data using the avoid function. Right? Avoid task dot save. Now we need a request response, whether the record is saved or not. You have to write the status, right? Status dot send, right? Send. You have to write here status. You have to write status true, comma message. You have to write here task completed. Task completed or task created. Sorry, task created. You have to write like this. Simply you have to write like this. Okay, right? This is how we have to do the things. Okay, if there are any problem, you have to get the catch block. You have to write it here. Error. Table the error. Right? You have to write response. We have to create the error. What is the error? We have to find it here. Status. You have to write the error code. This error code you can find it on Google. What is the meaning of these numbers? Okay. Okay. Right? We have to find it from Google. What is this number? What you mentioned on Nodejs. Okay. So here we just copy this number. You have to go to Google. Type it here. That's a meaning. I'm not putting the numbers. Node JS error bad request here. There's a meaning. So here put the bad request here. Bad request. There are some meanings of these numbers, right? So this you know you don't put your own number. Okay, this number is predefined numbers, right? 201. What is the things going on, right? These are the numbers. You just go and check. Okay, the documentation you can check it, right? So first copy file save all. Let's check whether the data is added or not. So how to using, you have to go, if you are using the postman tool, you can do it like the way postman. In VS Code editor there is a Thunder client. If you don't have any extension Thunder client extension, you must install Thunder client, right? Go to the extension. There's the extension there. Here you can search on the extension Thunder client, right? Okay, the response and request you can checking on the Thunder client. You can check it here. That extension you have to install that. If you install the extension, you can get in here Thunder client. Okay, so it's simply we can create the new request. You can check it here whether the thing is working or not. So how to check it? You use HTTP colon localhost. You have to write this localhost here. You have to write what is server port 600 port 6000 port. You get 6000 port slash when the request is coming. What's the request is coming? Slash create this one. Sorry. Slash create here. Right, this is a post request. You have to write a body. But here you have to, so the JSON format, you have to add the data. So how to add the data? What are the fields are there? Title. You have to write the data title. What's the title? Task 1, comma, description, task works, comma, what are the another schema? What is the fields? Task model, due date, you have to write here due date. You have to write date format. After that you have to write another field which is a status true. Right. If you are click send button, like sorry, why the connection refused? I haven't run that. That's all. So here I'm going to save file, save all things. I'm going to run the app. So how to run the app? You know, go to the file server.js. So you have to write node server.js. Right. My server is running successfully. Mongodb database connected successfully. Now I'm going to go to run the request. Now if you have to run the request. For what is there? Local HTTP localhost localhost 3 task create. Why it's not working? Right. Okay. The problem is here. I haven't give the path. Okay, in the server where my route is residing. So go to the your server.js here. Okay, so we haven't give the path. That's why it won't work. Right. So how to give the path? Right. So we have to give the path. Then only it should work. Right. So let's give the path. So how to create the path? You have right here. You have to create a var. Okay, var task. You have write routes. You get the routes equal required path. You have to create here dot slash router routes slash this task routes. That's that's how you have to do the path. File save all. Control C to now you have to run the app again. Right. Now let's run and check. Can task create. The task routes name. Right. The problem is routes. We have to call the routes. Where the routes is working, we have to call it. Okay, so we have to when you create the routes, you must call the routes. So that's the problem, right? So here you have to app. That's a problem, right? So you have to copy, paste over here, app, use these routes. That's why the problem. Routes. We create the route here. We have to give the path, but we didn't call here. Then only it's working. File save all. You again Control C to stop the app and again run the app. Then only the changes will be up here. The app use require the middle. Right. If you get this error, how to solve this? See here, there is a route here. We don't have a export. Okay, you have to write model. You have to write model exports. This route you have to export. If you export the routes, then only it will be works. Every page this route. Okay, if you are created, if you are not exported, it won't work. Right, you have to export. Right now, file save all. Now let's get back to our application and check it. Now it's working fine. Now here it's working. Now you will be able to check the things. Right, it's working. Again, I'm going to give the new request. Where's the request? Right, now let's check it again. Right now here's our title, task 1, comma description. These are the tables records. Description, works, comma description. After that, what you're going to do is third one should be the due date. Comma status. Here request HTTP localhost port 6000 comma task create. Here task is created successfully. The task is created. Perfect. Now it's working perfect. Now if you want to check it, you can check it over here. Here with the here, if you go to the browse checking, here you will be able to see the data. Here the task is created. So here it's working. Here it's working fine, right? I'll be seeing my next video tutorial. Thank you for watching.